It gives me a greater sense of self-reliance and independence.
Often I would have to go to my mother or to a friend or someone to help me on the telephone.
You're going to get the same sound as any normal person would there, maybe even better sound.
It just takes a lot of frustration out, and it makes you more at ease, that you can really enjoy listening to something.
Talking on the telephone, something most of us take for granted, but not if you're hard of hearing. For people who are hard of hearing, the simple act of talking on the telephone can be devastating. In fact, even for people who already wear hearing aids, it can still be extremely difficult. But not for the people we've just seen. People whose hearing aids are equipped with the Telecoil. The Telecoil, or T-switch, is an optional but valuable part of hearing aid technology that's easy to use. It makes it possible to directly pick up the source of sound without background interference. As you'll soon see, it can make a dramatic difference, not just in what you hear, but in the quality of your life.
I believe I was either in high school or college when the first telecoils were put into hearing aids. And I remember the freedom that I felt when I first had that telecoil in my hearing aid. What a difference it made for me and being able to communicate with people.
If you start losing your hearing, it's going to limit your interacting with other people. So you want to do everything you can to maximize any gain on the hearing that you have lost. A hearing aid is one way in which to do this. But a hearing aid with a T-switch is even a greater benefit to do this.
The difference is quite amazing. Whereas the hearing aids usually picks up everything. I mean, it picks up all sounds. And that can be very tiresome. That can be very fatiguing to try to sort out all that sound. But with the T-coil, the fact that you're shutting off the microphone and you're turning on that electronic medium, it enables you to shut off all that outside noise and zeroes in right on the speaker.
You don't need to be an engineer. Just switch. If you could flip a light switch on the wall, on, off, you could use the Telecoil on your hearing aid. You just switch it to T for Telecoil. When you want to hear everything else, switch it to M for microphone. It's that easy. You don't need a degree to figure that out.
For my hearing aid, I have 3 switches. I have an off, a microphone, and a T-switch. And it's just a simple matter of clicking the switch to the T, and when you turn on the T-switch, you don't hear the background voice. You basically pick up what's coming through the phone, and when the sound comes through the phone line into your hearing aid, the T-switch amplifies the sound into my ear, and it's very, very effective.
Most people got a T-coil in their hearing aid just to use the phone. But what we've realized now over time is the T-coil also allows you to use the increasingly prevalent assistive listening devices in theaters and sports arenas, in the movies, when you go to a lecture hall, and that allows you to get the speaker's voice or any kind of noise that's coming from the stage, from the public address system, directly into your hearing aid.
Any night, any day, in your heart you'll hear it call you. Come away, come away. Valley, I will whisper on the winds of the sea. Here am I, your special island. Come to me, your own special hopes, your own special dreams. Bloom on the hillside and shine in the stream.
it always felt like there was a piece missing. I mean, I look around at the audience and I see that they're really taken in, they're really with it, so to speak. And I never really felt that until I tried the T-switch for the first time, and I thought, wow.
People who don't have T-coils in their hearing aid are going to be limited. I'm not going to pay money to go to a concert or anything, if I can't hear. It's stupid, I need to know what's going on.
Otherwise, I would be asking my associates at work for help on the telephone all the time if I was just using microphone switch rather than using my T-switch. And it's being independent what I like the most, and feeling that I can do my job with using the phone, which is an essential function of my job. And otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this particular job.
I could choose where I could sit now because of the Telecoil. It doesn't matter where I sit. The church that I go to has a assistive listening system. I could sit anywhere in the church I want to. I don't have to sit in the front anymore.
Today we're going to be working with a skill that we've worked with a little while ago, and it has to do with perimeter.
Children, of course, it's very, very important for them to have a T-coil in their hearing aids, both so they can learn to use the telephone effectively and they can make use of FM systems in the classroom.
I can remember one time I was at a meeting. And this was a meeting in which the loop system or induction system was in place, and we all had to use our T-switches. So I had the urge, and I got up and left the meeting to go to the restroom, And the restroom was some 25 or 30 feet away from where the meeting was, And all the while, I was en route to the restroom, and even while in the restroom, I didn't miss a beat. I heard everything. And that, to me, that was astounding. I mean, people with normal hearing couldn't have did that. See?
As you probably realize, the Telecoil was never intended to pick up sound from a restroom. It was intended to help hard-of-hearing people communicate. And as we've just seen, it can be used effectively in a variety of settings. Sometimes it costs a little more to get a Telecoil in your hearing aid, and you may even find it takes a little getting used to. That's why it's so important when you get your hearing aid to talk with your audiologist or hearing aid specialist about the Telecoil. Make sure one can be fitted in your hearing aid, and make sure you understand how to use it properly. Once you do, you'll see a dramatic difference, not just in what you can hear, but in what you can do and in how you feel about yourself.
I can make a phone call with no problem. I can read out the background noise. I can talk to whoever I want to talk to and hear what they're saying back to me. Same thing with going out. I can go out anywhere on my own using an assistive listening system by myself, and whereas otherwise I wouldn't be going out.
Anyone today that's buying a hearing aid should insist that they have a T-switch in it. And if they don't, they're doing themselves a disservice, and they're not getting their money's worth.
Pick up that phone without asking someone to interpret for me, turn the Telecoil on, and just speak, and be able to hear the person on the other end with just my hearing aid. It was very profound. It was almost a moving moment for me, because I didn't have to take off my hearing aid and pretend or bluff. I was able to hear, and I had more freedom in that regard. Having a Telecoil is essential in my life, very essential.